Isang matagumpay na pagpapalang muli sa inyo. Handa na ba kayo? Kunin na ang inyong mga gagamitin sa ating aralin. Ako ang gurong makakasama nyo, Maestro Olaso. Sama-sama tayong matuto. Before we begin, let's go back to the previous lesson. Because of that, get ready for Mathanong! Mathanong number 1. What is 5/6 times 3/4? Let's use the cancellation method in getting the product of 5/6 times 3/4.
First, look for the pair of numerator and denominator with greatest common factor. We have 6 and 3 with the greatest common factor, or JCF3. Next, divide 6 and 3 by 3. 6 divided by 3 becomes 2. 3 divided by 3 becomes 1. Now, multiply the numerators. 5 multiplied by 1 equals 5. 2 multiplied by 4 equals 8. We have the answer, 5/8.
Mathanong number 2. What is 4 and 1/6 times 3 and 3/5?
First, change 4 and 1/6 to improper fraction. 6 multiplied by 4 plus 1 equals 25. Copy the denominator 6. We have 25/6. Also, change 3 and 3/5 to improper fraction. 5 multiplied by 3 plus 3 equals 18. Copy the denominator 5. We have 18/5. 25/6 multiplied by 18/5. Let's use cancellation method. Look for the pair of numerator and denominator with greatest common factor. We have 6 and 18 with a GCF 6. Divide 6 and 18 by 6. 6 divided by 6 becomes 1. 18 divided by 6 becomes 3. We have another pair, 25 and 5, with a GCF 5. Divide 25 and 5 by 5. 25 divided by 5 becomes 5. 5 divided by 5 becomes 1. Now, multiply the reduced numerators. 5 multiplied by 3 equals 15. Also, the reduced denominators, 1 multiplied by 1 equals 1. We have the answer, 15/1, which is equal to 15.
Now, let's start our new lesson. Get your self-learning module in Mathematics 6 for us to Mathalakay! Welcome to our lesson for the day. We will talk about dividing simple fractions and mixed fractions. In dividing fraction, simply multiply the first fraction by the reciprocal of the second fraction or number. The reciprocal of a fraction is found by flipping its numerator and denominator. Make it sure that the dividend and the divisor is always written in its fractional form. Simplify or write your answer in lowest term through cancellation method. Again, we can find the reciprocal of a fraction by flipping or interchanging its numerator and denominator.
For example, the reciprocal of 2/3 is 3/2. If getting the reciprocal of a whole number like 5, rename it to fraction by using 1 as denominator. It is equal to 5/1. So, its reciprocal is 1/5. While in getting the reciprocal of mixed number like 5 and 3/4, change it first to improper fraction. 4 multiplied by 5 plus 3 equals 23. And copy 4 as denominator. We have 23/4. So, the reciprocal of 5 3/4 is 4 23rds.
To divide fractions, we write the division as a related multiplication in which you multiply the dividend by the reciprocal of the divisor. We are going to use the acronym CCF, or copy, change, flip. Let's try the following examples.
Example number 1. Find the quotient of 8/9 and 2/3. 8/9 divide by 2/3. Step 1. C stands for copy. Copy the given dividend, 8/9. Step 2. C stands for change. Change the operation to multiplication. Step 3. F stands for flip. Get the reciprocal of the divisor by flipping its numerator and denominator. The reciprocal of 2/3 is 3/2. 8/9 multiplied by 3/2. Now, multiply the numerators and denominators or use the cancellation method in multiplying fractions. Look for the pair of numerator and denominator with greatest common factor, or GCF. We have 8 and 2 with GCF of 2. 8 divided by 2 equals 4. 2 divided by 2 equals 1. 9 and 3 with GCF of 3. 9 divided by 3 equals 3. 3 divided by 3 equals 1. Then, multiply the reduced numerators and denominators. 4 multiplied by 1 equals 4. 3 multiplied by 1 equals 3. We have 4/3. We can convert 4/3 to mixed number. 4 divided by 3 equals 1. Remainder 1. So, 4/3 is equal to 1 1/3. 8/9 divided by 2/3 equals 1 1/3.
Do you want another example? Let's go for example number 2.
Example number 2. Divide 8/9 by 4. Let's follow the CCF. 8/9 divide by 4. Step 1. Copy the dividend 8/9. Step 2. Change the operation to multiplication. Step 3. Flip the divisor. Since the given is a whole number, rename it as a fraction by adding 1 as denominator. We have 4/1. So, by flipping, the reciprocal of 4/1 is 1/4. Now, multiply the numerators and the denominators or use cancellation method. 8/9 multiplied by 1/4. Look for a pair of numerator and denominator that can be reduced. We have 8 and 4 with a GCF of 4. 8 divided by 4 becomes 2. 4 divided by 4 becomes 1. Then, multiply the numerators and the denominators. 2 multiplied by 1 equals 2. 9 multiplied by 1 equals 9. We have 2/9. Is it already a lowest term? Yes. Therefore, 8/9 divided by 4 equals 2/9.
Are you still enjoying? Do you want some more? Let's proceed to the next example.
Example number 3. What is the quotient if 8 3/5 divided by 3 3/4? This is an example of dividing mixed number. 8 3/5 divided by 3 3/4. Since the given are mixed numbers, let's convert first into improper fraction. In changing mixed number into improper fraction, multiply the denominator and add to the numerator. Copy the denominator. 8 3/5 divide by 3 3/4 equals 43/5 divide by 15/4. Now, let's solve it step by step. Step 1. Copy the divisor. 43/5. Step 2. Change the operation to multiplication. Step 3. Flip the divisor 15/4 to 4/15 equals 43/5 multiplied by 4/15. Multiply the numerators and the denominators or use again the cancellation method in multiplying fractions. Can we use the cancellation method? No, because there is no possible pair with GCF. So, multiply the numerators and the denominators. 43 multiplied by 4 equals 172. 5 multiplied by 15 equals 75. We have 172 over 75ths. To find the final answer, convert improper fraction to mixed number by dividing numerator by the denominator. The quotient will be the whole number, the remainder will be the numerator, and the divisor will be the denominator. 172 75ths equals 2 and 22 75ths. Therefore, 8 3/5 divide by 3 3/4 equals 2 and 22 75ths.
And now, we will see if you can answer our next task. Join with me and say, "Mas try nga!"
Find the quotient of 9 2/5. Divide by 1 3/10. First, convert mixed numbers into improper fractions. In changing mixed number into improper fraction, multiply the denominator and add to the numerator. Copy the denominator. 9 2/5 becomes 47/5. 1 3/10 becomes 13/10. Now we have 47/5 divided by 13/10. Let's follow CCF method. Copy the dividend, 47/5. Change the operation to multiplication. Flip the numerator and the denominator for its reciprocal. 13/10 becomes 10/13. Then, follow the steps in multiplying fractions. 47/5 multiply by 10/13. The easiest way is using cancellation method. Look for a possible pair of numerator and denominator which can be cancelled or reduced. Yes, we have 5 and 10 with a GCF of 5. 5 divided by 5 becomes 1. 10 divided by 5 becomes 2. Next, multiply the numerators and the denominators. 47 multiplied by 2 equals 94. 1 multiplied by 13 equals 13. We have 94/13. Simplify the answer by converting to mixed number. Again, in converting improper fraction to mixed number, divide the numerator and denominator. The quotient will be the whole number. The remainder will be the numerator, and the divisor will be the denominator. Because of that, 94/13 is equal to 7 3/13. Therefore, the quotient of 9 2/5 divided by 1 3/10 is 7 3/13.
I hope that you understand the steps in dividing fractions, and you will always matandaan! Again, how do we divide simple fractions and mixed fractions? In dividing fraction, simply multiply the first fraction by the reciprocal of the second fraction or number. The reciprocal of a fraction is found by flipping its numerator and denominator. Make it sure that the dividend and the divisor is always written in its fractional form. Simplify or write your answer in lowest term through cancellation method. Or simply use our CCF method. Copy, change, flip. Then, follow the steps in multiplying fractions. This time, test yourself. It's mathematics time! I will guide you in finding the quotient of the following fractions. Are you ready? Get a piece of paper now and join with me in answering the following. Let us check your answers.
Number 1. 7/6 divided by 5/6. Copy the dividend. Change the operation to multiplication. Flip the divisor. Multiply using the cancellation method. We have 7/5. So our final answer is 1 2/5. Number 2. 5/12 divided by 1/60. Copy the dividend. Change the operation to multiplication. Flip the divisor. Multiply using the cancellation method. We have 25/1. So our final answer is 25. Number 3. 5/6 divided by 1/2. Copy the dividend. Change the operation to multiplication. Flip the divisor. Multiply using the cancellation method. We have 5/3. So our final answer is 1 2/3. Number 4. 7 1/4 divided by 1 7/8. Change first mixed fraction to improper fractions. Now let's use CCF. Copy the dividend. Change the operation to multiplication. Flip the divisor. Multiply using the cancellation method. We have 58/15. So our final answer is 3 13/15. Number 5. 8 5/6 divided by 2 1/4. Change first mixed fraction to improper fractions. Then, let's use again CCF method. Copy the dividend. Change the operation to multiplication. Flip the divisor. Multiply using the cancellation method. We have 106/27. Our final answer is 3 and 25/27.
Now, how many of you got 4 or 5? I'm proud of the way you worked today. Congratulations! To those who got 3 below, do not worry. Go back to your self-learning module and answer the learning tasks. Natapos na naman ang ating aralin. Naway kayo'y may natutuhan sa ating mga tinalakay. Muli, ako ang inyong Maestro Olaso na nagsasabing ugaliing manood at makinig upang maging matinig sa mathematics.